This week in the wild, it is mid-October, and one of the stars on nature's calendar this time of the year is this little critter right here. We call these woolly bears here in Minnesota. In some southern states, they're called woolly worms. Now, this is not a worm, and it's certainly not a bear. Many of you know this is a caterpillar. The woolly bear caterpillars grow up to become a moth called the Isabella tiger moth. That's kind of cool. I've got my caterpillar book right here. Now, woolly bear caterpillars are on the move right now. So if you're outside, you may see them crossing sidewalks, roads, trails like this one here in the park. They are on their way to a winter home. Maybe a rock, maybe a log, maybe a pile of firewood in your backyard, where they will crawl under something and spend the winter. And when I say spend the winter, they're going to freeze solid, like a little caterpillar ice cube. I'm going to pick this little woolly bear up. It may curl up into a ball. We'll see. Oh, this one is so busy wanting to move, it's going to just keep crawling. I'll let it move from one of my hands to the next. They have the amazing ability to let their hearts stop during the winter when they're frozen, but still stay alive. So that next spring, when they warm up, their heart will start beating again, and they'll go back to being a caterpillar. They will spin a cocoon in the spring and grow up and turn into that moth I mentioned. Many years ago, when people were seeing these caterpillars in the fall, they noticed that some years the woolly bear caterpillars had more brown on them in the middle. Other years they had less brown. And somebody decided to start telling the story that these caterpillars were forecasting the weather. More brown on the caterpillar meant a milder, shorter winter. Less brown, a longer, colder winter. Now, did people do any science to find out if that was actually true? Not back then, but it sure made for a good story. Since then, scientists have studied woolly bear caterpillars, and they have discovered that woolly bear caterpillars cannot forecast the winter weather coming. However, scientists have discovered that the amount of brown on their body is related to their age. Older caterpillars have more brown, and the caterpillars may be telling us something about last winter. Caterpillars that have more brown have had longer to grow, which may mean that last winter was shorter and milder. Spring started earlier, giving the caterpillars a longer growing season. That's pretty cool. This woolly bear caterpillar has quite a bit of that rusty brown color, which means that it is telling us that last winter was milder. And turns out this caterpillar is right. Last winter was milder than average. I wonder how far this woolly bear caterpillar is going to crawl before it finds a winter home. I wonder what it's going to eat along the way, what some of its favorite foods are. I wonder what you're wondering about woolly bear caterpillars.